Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to create this eye look right here using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. Okay, so first things first, we're going to prime our eyelids with Smashbox's Photo Finished Lid Primer in white. This is one of my favorites for when I want colors to really stand out and be vibrant on the eye. And this is going to create a nice base for our eyeshadows to go on top. Probably should put it on the eye that doesn't have eyeshadow on it. I'm just going to pat it out with my finger. You could do this with a brush as well. You want to be very gentle on the eye area because the skin on your eye is very fragile. Make sure to blend it out this way as well because we are bringing the shadow out pretty far. And because I don't want to dull down the eyeshadow primer with something darker, like the only shade in the palette that I would grab for to set down my eyeshadow primer would be Unity. And that's just a little too yellow. So I'm just grabbing my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette that I'm trying really hard to hit pan on some of these shadows. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of Heaven out of here just to set down that primer. This shade isn't as yellow. I will say sometimes this primer does feel a little dry on the lids, which is kind of frustrating because some days it doesn't and some days it does. It's probably just my skin. But the first shade we're going into is Lure. And I'm going to put that right in the crease, a little bit higher than the natural crease. I'm just going to blend it back and forth. The shade has such a pretty mauve tone to it. I love it. This look is easy but dramatic, which I really like. I didn't want to go in with winged eyeliner or make it too crazy. I'm going to take what's left on the brush and just sweep it up towards the brow. This Sephora Pro Featherweight crease brush is my #1 go-to crease brush. Now I'm dipping into Parallel on a smaller, more defined brush and really focusing that in the natural crease. Excuse me. Don't be afraid to flick some of the shadow outwards, because we are just going to keep building it. I'm going back into Lure on my blending brush and just blending the two together and moving some more of the product upwards. I think Lure and Parallel just look really nice together. They complement each other and they're pretty similar, except that Parallel is warmer. We've got a pretty bold corner on this end, so we can start working that outwards. I feel like blending is the longest part of this look. And for our all over the lid shade, we're going in with Dimension and really just press the shadow down. I'm not going in with it wet at first, but this one does have a lot of fallout if you're not careful, so just gently press. I've been finding that I like to go in with the shadow dry first and just get a layer and then go in with it a little bit damp. Now I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus with the shadow already on the brush and spritz it, make it a little damp so that it's a little more metallic and shiny on the eye. You can also use one of your setting sprays if you don't have the MAC Fix Plus. And I do recommend doing this eyeshadow before putting your foundation on, because I can already see a little flecks on my nose. Get out of there. Now we're just going to go in with the blending brush. If you feel like you need to add a little more color, I'm going to go back into Lure again. Just swing some up here. And this is going to warm up the look a tiny bit without making it too different than the eyeshadow on the lid. Then back into Parallel. We're going to add some to the outer corner of the eye. We're doing this so that when we do the lower lash line, it ties in better, because we're going to put some of this color right here. And we blend, and we blend, and we blend. You can sort of create this natural triangle shape when you do your eyeshadow first, because then you can carve it out with your foundation or your concealer. But since we're doing this eye after, it's going to be a little more work. And we're going into Lucid. We're going to pop that right in the inner corner. You could wet this if you wanted to, but I'm going to add a tiny bit of glitter. We're also going to take this onto the brow bone. So pretty. Like I mentioned, we're adding a little bit of glitter. This is from Revlon. It's the PhotoReady Eye Art, and this is in a Steel Spark. This product has cream shadow on one end and glitter on the other, but I'm just going to take a tiny bit of the glitter right on the applicator. You totally don't have to do this if you don't want to. And while I let that dry for a second, I'm going to go in with this mini Makeup Forever eyeliner. This is the Aqua XL pencil in M10, and I'm going to start lining my waterline. I wanted to keep this technique pretty simple, so we're going back up onto the lid and we're going into the shade Obsidian. And on a small angled brush, we're just going to create a mock eyeliner. This is going to make your lash line look a little fuller. Now that the glitter's dry, we're going to go back into Lucid and just go back over the glitter with a look that's kind of smokier like this. I think it's really important to make sure that your inner corners are nice and bright. That way your eyes look more awake. And it's just pretty. Now on a flat brush, this is from BH Cosmetics, I'm going to go right in with Parallel on the lower lash line. We're just going to blend it out. And we're going to go into Dimension in the middle, right about to where we put the highlight shade. And then I'm just going to take a tiny bit of Lure and stick it under both of those shadows. Then as our last step, we're going to curl our lashes. I honestly don't remember where I got this lash curler. I'm going to go in with this new mascara from CoverGirl, the Peacock Flare. And this is the final eyeshadow look. I hope you all enjoyed this eyeshadow tutorial. Let me know your thoughts on the Prism palette in the comments down below. I'm very curious. I'm really enjoying it so far, so far so good. As always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and especially subscribe because after I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing another giveaway. So make sure to subscribe because you won't want to miss it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys are amazing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, everyone. People outside. I'm going to go into Lure. Did I call it Luxe earlier? Okay, now I'm taking some Max Fix Plus. Max.